Animes for Jerks.
I love the smell of fingers in the morning. Smells like
anime.
But what is anime?
You have to ask Dicksniffers. I'm not Dicksniffers.
Welcome to another great episode of a bunch of Dicksniffers talk about anime. Today, we're talking about an anime. I know it's crazy. Try and hold in your excitement. We have the Boxers and Carlos.
I like to be called Speedos.
We have the Briefs and David.
I'm a boxer brief, actually. It's a hybrid. It goes faster.
We have the Long Johns and NAME REDACTED.
Hi.
No one knows who he is. We have Going Commando and Ari.
All right, time to line up, privates.
And bringing up the rear, we have the Knee Highs with Kareem. All right. So we're talking about. I'm not sure whose choice this was. Was this yours?
It was me.
It was you, Dave. Wow.
It was me. Boxer briefs.
It was Boxer Briefs that
It was Boxer briefs' choice
to vote, and we all voted on Panty and Stocking, which is quite a show.
Who that's certainly a way to put it. Who hasn't seen it before now?
I believe I watched some of it.
I think I saw an episode of it before, but that's about it.
I never saw it before now.
Neither did I. Okay, I saw it like 4 years ago. I watched it through entirely, and it is amazing, and I can't wait until season 2. It's so close. It's coming out soon.
Really?
When I feel you, man.
When soon?
I'm here with you. And they thought things all the way.
Well, how soon are we talking about? Half-Life 3 soon, or Kingdom Hearts soon? Half-Life 3 soon.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh.
Spice and Wolf season 3 soon.
The end of the show is like the most bad, like fucking like. Did you ever see Supernatural where the fucking sky is falling and they end the season where like aliens are falling down or something?
There were angels.
You mean angels? Yeah. Yeah, that shit. They end their show like that, and they're like, tune in for season 2. There's not a season 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's some ultimate trolling.
We can
Did you ever see the show Alf?
Alf? No, we're not talking about
Yeah,
Alf.
Alf.
Fuck you. Shut
Alf
up.
fucking...
Shut up about Alf. He eats cats.
No,
one
this is
watched
important though. It has the same sort of cliffhanger.
Is there a reason why it's using the Norse name?
What?
Is there a reason why Alpha is using the Norse name?
Bitch, what?
Then just stop. Then don't even.
Before we start talking about Panty and Stocking, what have you guys been doing? I heard some of you went to a convention of some kind.
Ew.
Why don't you say words about that into a microphone?
I went to a convention. Why did I admit that?
I'm holding up pictures to the microphone right now.
Oh, I can see them.
This is a picture of someone in a Deadpool costume.
Oh, wow.
Wait, did you do an
I didn't see any of those.
At a convention, that's crazy.
I don't know, man. I don't think anyone likes Deadpool. There's probably no cosplays of that. This guy's probably a liar.
No, you're right. It's Spider-Man.
Oh.
Okay. Spider who?
Alright.
What kind of anime is that?
David and Hunter went to MetroCon, right?
Fucking calling us out on that shit. Jesus.
The world's
So did
biggest
Hitler,
metrosexual
for anyone
convention.
who remembers an oldie.
Yeah, it's a fun convention.
Is it a goodie?
Yeah.
No, it was fun. It was great. Trying to remember what happened. I bought a thing. I have a snitch.
You know what happens then,
Snitch.
right?
The golden snitch, like from Harry Potter. I bought a stop.
No, I thought you were talking about Randall from like Recess. He was a snitch.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
we were
yeah,
talking about a guy
yeah.
that snitches
Yeah.
at drug dealers and tells them
Hunter,
Yeah.
did your snitch have stitches? Let me check. No, it's made of metal.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, that's a good kind.
That doesn't rhyme, so it's not as fun.
Well, you're not as fun.
Yeah.
What did you do, David? How was your con experience?
I basically worked the whole weekend. A couple of times I was able to get away with it and stuff. We played some Secret Hitler for a little bit in one of the game rooms. Game's
How
fun.
many people? How many players?
We had 10 players in one game.
Oh my god!
And man, like the one game, like I had to fucking sit out the next time because like it was so fucking high energy and like just it ended instantly, and I was just like, I have so much pent up rage right now from this. I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
How did it end in the first turn?
It ended like maybe 4 or 5 turns in, but like my girlfriend was sitting next to me, she just started going like Sig Heil. I'm like, what? She's like, don't worry about it, Sig Heil. I'm like, what? And then my brother was just like, oh, David's a Nazi. I'm like, no, no. And then everyone just like voted against me, and I was right, and they were Nazis. It was bad. It was rough. It's a fun game though. Fuck that game.
Yes,
It's a fun game.
It's an amazing game. Oh my god.
It's a fun game, but it can fuck itself. But it's still fun. But fuck it.
No, like I've lost every single game I've played, and I still want to play.
It's man, like secret role games are fucking stressful as shit though, but they're so much fun.
I came in at the end of this game, like I found the game room, I come in and I just see David, like sitting at a table. I walk away and play something else to keep my mind off. I walk over when the game's done, everyone's away from the table, and David's just sitting there still. like you could see the steam coming out of his ears.
Dude, like damn near had a fucking panic attack, honestly, from that one game. I don't fucking know what happened. I was just like, why am I shaking right now? I need to stop.
Did you have an aneurysm?
I don't know, maybe. I might have had a fucking stroke. I don't know, dude.
You sure it wasn't an anxiety attack?
No, yeah, it might have been that. I don't know. Like, they ended playing Werewolf afterwards, and I was just like, I'm sitting the fuck out in that game. Like, fuck that.
Well, no. I'm saying because the elections in Secret Hitler are very stressful.
They are, man. That game is stressful as fuck. It's fun, but it's not fun when, like, you can tell someone's fucking with you and you can't tell who it is.
Oh, so like the election, like the last election.
Oh.
Yeah. A whole bunch of Dicksniffers talk about politics. Smells good.
Well, no, because David, I was going to point out, if you're Hitler and you're trying to be and you're trying to get yourself elected as chancellor, and you get shot down, you will feel very much like Hillary Clinton did after the election.
So you're saying Hillary Clinton is literally Hitler?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I don't know. She might be.
Not afraid of the Jews, as it turns out. But let's move on.
No, they're super predators, is what they are.
Apex predators of the jungle, Jews.
God.
Like
Speaking of Apex predators, I don't have a segue for that. I just wanted to say that.
You just wanted to say that Jews are the top of the food chain.
So the werewolf game that David mentioned, we sat down, it was like 20 people sitting around 2 tables. Like, I couldn't see everyone, which was a major disadvantage.
Oh, dude, that game was fucking great, though, because you guys killed every fucking werewolf in like 3 rounds. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
There was this dude wearing a morph suit, and he refused to talk. And the entire time, I could just see him looking at me and winking at me through the morph suit. It was so mind-fucky. I was like, this guy's a werewolf. Turns out he was the witch.
And you fucking poisoned a werewolf like the first night. And then like they had Cupid in the game, and the Cupid shows somebody that the witch killed, and it killed the other the person was a person tied to a werewolf. The person died because the witch killed him, and then the werewolf died with the person. And then they also, like, the first night, one of them was just like, I got the fucking wolf, and they killed him too. Like, they fucking hung him. Because the seer found him the first night. And then I think the hunter got eaten, and then he fucking killed the last wolf, and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
David, that werewolf was hung?
He was hung. Yeah, he had a pretty
3
big
legs by day, 5 by night.
My God.
He's got a third arm. So, I'm glad your convention visit was nice. Many laughs were had.
I think we have an interview too. I don't know how we're gonna segue into that one, but I'm just gonna mention it right now. We can go into it from here.
I need the audio file for that. If you actually did have an interview.
No, Gene, what are you talking about? We have it right here. Everyone just shut up for like 3 seconds. Okay, and then we'll put that in later. Okay, cool. We got it. It's good. We already had it.
That's...
Keep that. Put that in.
No, yeah, it's fine.
All right.
I learned that Josuke, or is it Josuke?
Josuke.
Yeah, has 4 testicles.
Yeah, that's Josuke from Part 8. It's got 4 balls and 2 eyeballs and 2 tongues.
It's got a quad like a Krogan.
He's got a quad. He's a fucking Krogan. Yeah, apparently Joe's game party is a goddamn
Gappy,
Krogan.
Man,
Gappy. He's got a stupid fucking face.
Alright, besides convention talk, what have you guys been watching? Ari, I know there was something you wanted to talk about last time, but a certain ginger fuck talked for 20 minutes.
Well,
Hey, speaking of that, Deacon, that reminds me of something I want to talk about for 20 minutes.
Oh, I bet Carlos.
Sorry.
David, will you shut up? You have a girlfriend right next to you.
I'm sorry. Proceed, Art. I'm just being an asshole.
I know you are, but
But what
that
am
doesn't
I?
change anything. So, I've been definitely watching some more of the seasonal shows just because, I wanted to feel like for once get excited in shows that are actually airing. So I picked some shows to watch, and I've been enjoying them. So starting from the least enjoyable, which I'll have to wait a bit for the episode count to build up before I really decide that I want to watch it. And Dean knows this one all too well.
I know everything.
The Reflection.
Oh yeah, The Reflection. That's the Stan Lee joint that we talked about a few episodes back.
Yeah. So the first episode, it was very standard Marvel comic style, like probably mostly similar to the X-Men, I feel like. But I don't know, just the way it played out, it was animated very slowly, and it didn't feel all too exciting, and maybe watching more episodes all at once might make it a little better.
The art was nice, though. If anyone's read Matt Fraction's run of Hawkeye recently, it reminded me of that art. I'm not sure if any of you guys are current on comics or not.
Not sure which one that one is.
It's
I definitely agree.
It's a good Hawkeye run that has been out recently.
It's not Hawkeye and Deadpool, right? 'Cause I read a little bit of that one.
No.
I don't think it was that artist.
Okay.
Is that a fan fiction?
No, it's like a little miniseries.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm thinking of something different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all the art and animation was done by Studio Dean, so
It's my fault.
yes. But yeah, the art was probably the strongest point on it. It really felt comic book style, and that was pretty enjoyable. But otherwise, I'll have to see. After that, there's one of the 3 shows being animated by Mappa, who did Yuri on Ice and is currently still running Shingeki no Bahamut. It's called Shikoku no Altair. It's basically like there's a kind of young general in the Persian Empire, and it kind of goes over how he's a young guy and doesn't really understand the way wars work, and he tries too hard to do everything himself instead of trying to actually lead. So for his actions, he gets his rank taken away and has to kind of build himself up again to learn properly. There's not as much action as a regular shonen usually has. There's kind of a bit more of like infiltration, and he uses a hawk to attack people.
Oh, that sounds cool, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
Hawkeye uses a hawk to attack people?
Mein Gott.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's all right. I definitely hear once the show comes back from its little break, the next arc is the strongest arc right now in the manga. So it could be enjoyable. The next thing I watched called Katsugeki Token Rambu. It's a show based off of a card game first 3 episodes are definitely mediocre, and I only stuck around just to see if it could prove me wrong. It actually got a bit more enjoyable after that. It's just basically unlimited budget works with an alright kind of mediocre samurai story about, like, these guys are different swords from different eras, and they're trying to stop a group of people who are known as history revisionists. They basically go back in time and try to...
Hold on. Is this a metaphor on historical revisionism?
Kind of.
Is it really a metaphor when you just say the thing?
What?
Is it really a metaphor when you just say these are historical revisionists?
Yes.
How
It's not really a metaphor.
How is that a metaphor?
No.
That's just you're doing
It's a
the
metaphor
thing.
for... I don't know if you should watch this show.
All right.
This is a metaphor for the 1920s. And
You know what I meant.
And the Great Depression.
Wait,
Damn
so
right.
metaphor for don't watch the show, isn't that just Overlord?
Oh,
Heyo.
No callbacks.
that show sucks.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't really think I'd recommend it, but it at least got a little bit better once it got past the boringness of the start. I think, Dean, you started watching this one because the dub for started airing as well. The Restaurant from Another World anime.
It's nice. It's a comfy anime about cooking and stuff. It's not the ridiculous, over the top tits everywhere fucking Shokugeki no Soma. It's just
I learned a lot about cooking from that
I
show.
did too, and I even used some of that
Yeah.
shit in real life. But this show is just kind of. It's like the drawing of the 3 Dark Tower. Just a magical door shows up, and it's a door to a restaurant.
Oh my god.
Just in different universes and worlds and stuff. And they're like, "Hey, come on in. Have something to eat. You ever had this?"
Give us money.
And everyone gets
Yeah.
fucking minds blown. Like, "Oh, this is ramen. What is this? Noodles? I'm a dumb fucking medieval person. I don't know what you're doing."
I'm a Gaflorpian.
That's
Oh man,
That's right.
wait until you get to the Lizard Warrior.
Oh man, they
Wait.
like the lizard folk.
Yeah, it's done in the style of a documentary.
That's great.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. What is that one called again?
It's Isekai Shokudo. It's just basically Restaurant to Another World.
Yeah,
Nice.
something like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a chill anime about cooking. And there's
Yeah.
the head chef, and he's got a chef's hat. And there's a lady that works with him, a cute demon or something, because she's got horns. Or I don't know.
And the restaurant owner's a dragon lady.
Oh yeah, that too.
Now, does it have a genetically bred cow that can talk and wants you to eat it?
That's in the manga actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to read manga. Sorry.
Manga is at the end of the universe, right? Like
Yeah.
Douglas Adams.
Yeah.
Best manga, by the way.
Adams.
Douglas Adams is the best manga artist ever, you know?
He is the best mangaka there ever was.
He's a very hoopy fruit. He knows where his towel is.
Wow, that's just
Uh,
racist, I believe.
next thing,
All right.
It's a show called-
You don't have to name off every show. I know you watched a lot, but
I did
you know-
something.
can I just finish my last thought really quick? You know what? I'll just talk about the other ones next time. So,
you can hold on to some stuff and lay it out on a future podcast. You don't gotta shoot your load on the entirety at the front here.
yeah. All right. Go ahead, Carlos.
Carlos, shoot your load right into our faces.
And now I gotta warm up. I'm a little frightened at the moment.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh.
But all right. So let me try to warm up again. All right.
Take a moment, Carlos. Just stretch, touch your toes.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So I did my first D&D DMing session.
How'd that go?
I'm being told by the 2 people I did it with that it was pretty awesome. They can't wait to do it again.
Nice.
I took inspiration from the campaign, the one that you ran, the End of the World one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I decided to make my own version, where it's End of the World style, using our own selves. Like, you're not playing an elf, you're not playing a dwarf. Like, he who must not be named will play as he who must not be named. Will play as Dean. Ari will play as Ari, but with these people, it was my friends from down here. So it was me and Alex. And it is called Weird Mageddon. Later on, Weird Apocalypse. It was inspired by Weird Mageddon.
Right. Trademark.
Like-
You can't take that.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to say that.
Alex Herschel can break your kneecaps if you try and use that.
Although if
Really
Alex
bad.
Hirsch actually watched our podcast and then like caught us onto this shit, I'd actually feel pretty honored.
What up, Alex Hirsch? I like that one thing that you made on the Disney Channel. It was good.
It was amazing, especially the barfing scene.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Okay, so Carlos, did anyone in your campaign have the functions of their holes in their face rearranged?
Not yet, but I have that ready. I have that
Good.
ready to play out if and when it happens.
Good.
It will happen to someone. I just need to figure out who, and when, and how,
Who
and why.
deserves it the most?
Well, I mean, David.
Yeah.
So,
What would happen? Where would your mouth go?
Where his butthole is.
I would get taste buds in my asshole.
I'm willing to do that. All right, so you're next. That's all I'll say.
So I'm gonna not join that campaign.
Don't worry.
Oh, no, well, for you guys will be different.
But I'm still
Like,
getting Sorry.
Yeah, the one you guys. I'm gonna run through this one first, and then like I'll ask you guys to do one with me, and that's we'll figure out from there. Once I figure out how to do it with these people first, and that was my week.
I'll do it with you, Carlos.
You did that all week?
I've been planning it. I've been playing the second session. I did it last Friday. Tomorrow I'm actually doing the second session.
Yeah.
Shit happened.
Shit happened in my week.
It was fun.
too. So apparently there was like lightning or something. So the wires outside for my internet got fried, and my modem was all fucked up. So I had no internet for like the first half of this week.
That sounds horrible, Dean.
It
What's-
makes it sound a
what's
lot
life
longer
like-
than it actually was.
Dean,
It's like 3 days.
I don't know
What's-
how I could go on, really. It was really strong. It was tested my vitality, and I'm happy.
Your vitality or your stamina?
Both.
what
Look,
was
this is why you download a porn.
Both.
Dean? What was life like on the other side?
Well, I'm glad I have all these Stargate SG-1 DVDs laying around, because, that kept me busy. And also,
Yeah, especially that window of opportunity.
oh, that's a great episode. I don't have that season, though. That might be the best episode of that show, though.
Take the pun, damn it.
No, they don't deserve it. They don't watch Stargate.
I've seen a Fargate once.
Shut up.
I did it too with Dean.
Besides
sure
It
that,
was we saw the water one, didn't we?
the Atlantis.
Which one? Atlantis?
Probably.
Fargate Atlanta.
Shut
Aunt
up.
Ruthie?
Yes, her Hunter.
And besides
She's nice.
that, I told you guys like a few weeks ago, Humble Bundle was having a sale on anime visual novels, and so I bought them. I was like, hey, I can play some of this garbage. It'll be funny for the anime podcast that I do.
Oh.
And?
And
You do an anime podcast?
And so I did. I played 3 of them. One of them was like trash. The other one was just kind of boring, and the third one it was actually surprisingly funny. So let's go down the list. First one. Alright, so for the record, I picked out ones on this list. Like, I have like 10 of them, but I only have a few installed. And, you know, when my internet went out, I only had a few to choose from. So I picked the ones I thought I would hate the most. And so, first choice was Necopara.
You got Boku no Pico.
Shut up. Necopara Volume 0, which is just, if you want to see fox anime ladies with tits, but don't actually see their vaginas or nipples, and have to sit through about an hour of just dog shit writing. Just
Oh boy, you're speaking my language.
Okay,
the
wait,
worst.
I have a question.
What was that?
Okay, Dean, since you're clearly the resident professional here,
Yes.
do you think that the writing was bad because of the original writers or because of the translate?
I think it was the original writers. It had no character, like, motivations or anything. Like, it was set in, like,
Yes, you want to fuck, but why?
Exactly, and it had the little sister
I know my motivation.
thing, too, which was, you know, always a fun trope to see. And
Wait, which trope?
The little sister wanna fuck the...
Oh, gross.
Yeah, that's... You
If
know,
I wanted that, I'd just hang out with my girlfriend. Sup?
And, yeah, it wasn't very good. I wouldn't pay money for it, but, you know, I'm stupid. Alright, second one.
I'm not gonna disagree.
Second one was actually, it wasn't that bad, it was just kind of boring. It's called Japanese School Life. And if it had anything besides like 2 hours of just random Japan trivia and like actually gave a shit about its characters, it might be worth playing. But like 80% of it is just fucking, it's Japanese trivia. And you make five choices throughout the entire game of like 3 hours of the game, and they don't really affect all that much. Like, I don't know. You're a transfer student, go to Japan for high school, which I don't really understand how the dude knew what they were fucking saying to him in the first place, because he's not from Japan.
Where's he from?
They didn't say. America, I guess, but it could have been anywhere. Could have been anywhere. And yeah, the two chicks, there's no other characters besides the two chicks. It's kind of clever sometimes, but all in all, you know, I just played it because I was really bored. And the last one that actually surprised me because I thought it was also going to be bad. And you gotta help me through this. You gotta be patient with me through this fucking title because it is a mouthful. Idol Magical Girl Chiru Michi Chiru. Yeah. It actually
that sounds painful. Why would you even do that?
It had some good humor writing, good comedic writing to it. Like, it broke the fourth wall a little bit. It made fun of the whole, like, magical girl bullshit. But not like a Madoka Magica kind of way. And sort of like a Konosuba-esque kind of way. It was silly. It was funny. Like, the main girl is stupid. So, like, when she gets her magical wand to transform, she forgets her magic words that she made up. And then she keeps forgetting, so she gets logged out of her wand, like, if you don't put in your password for your phone so many times.
Oh my god.
So they had to wait to save the world for a day later, because that's how long it took for her to get back into her wand.
Wait, she got locked out?
She got locked out of her wand because she was stupid enough. She made up the words on the spot without thinking about it, then couldn't remember the improv words of magical transformation that she came up with.
Nice.
It's silly. It's got some kind of Japanese pervy humor to it that's kind of weird sometimes, but
A little over the top most of the time.
There was something to it, and you know, it stuck with me. And I will probably play the second part of it, which wasn't installed when my internet was out, so I couldn't move on and see what else happened with that. But yeah, I played 3 of them. One of them was bad. One of them could have been good, and then one of them was pretty good.
It's a pretty good average. I like that.
And since Discord is trying to build in fucking streaming stuff and like screen sharing stuff, you guys will take this trip with me at some point.
Oh.
Yes.
I am excited about that. Can we also do a Seinfeld dating sim?
Sure, and eventually my BattleBots dating simulator.
Yes. I mean, Battleful Boyfriend?
Yeah.
Coming soon?
A full boyfriend.
I'm still working on it. Sometimes.
It's okay.
It'll be amazing. Don't worry.
I need that season.
It's gonna be the half-life through this podcast, isn't it?
That's what I started it because I wanted it to come out when season 3 of BattleBots came out, but now they're fucking not renewing it. So what am I even doing with my life?
Oh man, it hurts.
Turns out Disney was bought out by Valve.
Oh god.
Don't fucking test us, man.
And besides, I watched some other anime stuff, but instead of talking about, there was a show I watched like a month ago that I really liked, but instead of talking about it here, I might put it forward as a show.
What are their evaluations?
For the podcast at some point. Alright, Kareem, what are you doing as you mumble to yourself in your microphone?
I'm looking up the market capitalization of Disney and Valve.
Alright, that's...
Well, while he's doing that, can I talk about my thing?
Sure.
By all means.
So what you're doing is entering the wizard state.
Take a potato right and cover it in spice. So this week, I watched a little bit more JoJo. I'm up to one of the main arcs in part 4 when they meet the bad guy for the first time, like the bad guy. It's pretty fucking good. It's actually getting really fucking good now. I like it a lot. I also been playing a game called Ever Oasis. It's the same company that made Secret of Mana.
Ooh.
It's kind of the same style as that game, but it's like a 3D game where you have a party of 3 that you control all 3 of them yourself. And you also have kind of like an Animal Crossing style thing too, where basically like you're building this oasis, and then like the desert is like the entire planet, it's just a desert full of like chaos monsters. And you bring in people from out there, keep them safe, and then help them build little shops and stuff. Kill monsters to get supplies to feed the shops and give them money and stuff. And then you help, like they help you out by taking, like, part of your party is you take guys from your town with you into the desert and shit. Fight. So it's pretty cute so far. I really like it.
Hey, so like, do you take them out into the desert for them to like cockfight or something?
So what's
like
that?
you're these people out into the desert to like cockfight, and like you're forcing them to fight or something. That's what I got from that.
Kind of. Basically, it's like Animal Crossing, but occasionally you're just like, hey, like a bunny friend that's hanging out in my town. Do you want to go fuck some shit up in the desert? And they're like, yeah, I got nothing else better to do. Fine. So you just kind of like go and fight shit together and stuff. And there's like random dungeons and stuff you can do eventually. I haven't done one of them yet, but there's like procedurally generated dungeons you can make that have like hard monsters in them and shit to fight, which is kind of cool. Overarching plot, everything's static in the game normally except for those like random dungeons you can make. But pretty fun so far. I've done it for like at least a dozen hours into the game so far, probably.
Thing.
Yeah, fun little game. It's for the 3DS too, so it's pretty cool.
They make games for that?
Yeah, I still make games for that shit, man. It's crazy, right?
It's insane, really.
Yeah, the system's actually going pretty strong right now still. Like, it's what, like 5 years later or something like that?
Put it right next to my Sega Saturn.
Oh, that hurts.
Right next to my
Are they still making Neo Geo games? I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I'll just go down to the local GameStop and buy some Neo Geo games.
What are you talking about? Now we're going to EB Games. Come on.
Yeah, right. EV Games, and then we'll hit up Blockbuster on the way home.
Yeah.
We are dating ourselves here, aren't we?
Get a new copy of Computer Gaming World on the way.
Yeah, man. PC gaming, PC World?
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yes, we're members of the PC Master Race.
Yeah.
You guys see that demo disc yet for Half-Life?
Oh,
Looks like
it's
a pretty
crazy,
cool game.
man. You see that shit? The resonance cascade. That's so.
Oh man,
happened.
it looks like it's gonna be Doom, but get this, man, you can jump in this fucking game.
What? Can you look up?
Oh shit.
You can look up, yeah.
Wow.
I ain't fucking joking around, man. Like, it's gonna
crazy.
take like maybe like a whole 2 megabytes of RAM, but it's gonna be worth it.
Dude, there's no way it can be better than Daikatana. Alright? No way.
I don't know, man.
Hey man, have you heard this game called Baldur's Gate 2? I hear it's going to be spectacular.
What, they made a sequel to that shit?
I know.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're fucking.
Is Kareem still looking up fucking like facts about Disney's?
No, Disney is easy. Valve is much more difficult.
Oh, okay.
Valve is a private corporation, so they don't publish their finances. Most recent one I'm finding is from fucking 2011.
Dang.
So,
Yeah, so
right about the time
So let me throw some finances at you guys. Disney's current market value is 160 billion. Valve, as of 6 years ago, was roughly 2 billion.
That's how much Minecraft sold for. Shit.
And now Notch is
Minecraft sold for $2 billion.
Yeah, Minecraft sold the rights to their shit for $2 billion. Actually, $2.5 billion.
To Microsoft.
Microsoft, yeah.
Yeah. That was a good sell for Notch for being a fucking Swedish nobody that just made a game that hardly worked.
Yeah, like one dude who eventually made like a fucking 12-person developing company to just suddenly like, hey, we're worth fucking billions now. Like, okay, what?
Yeah, it sounds like Pokemon Go right now. Except Niantic doesn't know how to keep their shit together.
Oh, man, dude. Have you gotten any raids yet in Pokemon Go?
Let's just say, how do I put this? I started playing, 3.5 weeks ago, and I'm already level 23. Today alone, I did 4 raids. Holy...
Okay, have you actually caught a legendary yet, though?
Fuck no. Oh my god.
Okay, because they're fucking bullshit is what they are, right?
No, because here's... I have 2 issues with it, one of which I totally get, even though it pisses me off. The first thing is...
No friends, right? I'm sorry.
No. The first thing is that David, think about it. If you look at the raids, as soon as they started releasing these raids, they released the legendary Pokemon to be an extremely likely spawn. So if you look at the New York City map, on a daily basis, half the raids are Zapdos or more. But in order to participate in the raid, you get your 1 free raid pass for the day. If you want to participate in multiple ones to increase your chances of catching the Zapdos, you have to put in money.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Yeah, it's like
it's pay to play. They're creating a pay to play scenario, but because it's a legendary Pokemon and the type of game it is, they're using gamification to drive you to pay for it.
It's kind of bullshit, isn't it?
And then if you do manage to kill it, also amazing, 10,000 XP. That's why I do it. But that 3% drop rate. All right, let's do the math. If you manage to the last thing is the 3% base catch rate. If you use the best type of throw you can do, you manage to curve it, and you use a fucking golden raspberry, and you have both medals for it, your chances goes up to 15%.
Okay, so I actually I did an Articuno raid on the little fucker. We got it. I threw an excellent curveball on it after golden raspberrying it, busted out of that twice.
Yep.
It's fucking bullshit, dude.
It's a 15% drop. What they do? Do you know what the underlying formula does?
What's that?
Do you know what the underlying formula does?
Not really, no.
It's remarkably simple. You when you hit it, you did the it grabs the bonuses you may have used. So the berries you throw, where you hit it, whether there's a curve or not, and your medals. It goes into it. It grabs its base rate, gives it a power. And the power is the product of all those numbers, okay? Which increases the likelihood of that. Which increases that number as a decimal. Takes 1, subtracts that, and then it generates a random number. And if that number is higher than it, then you don't get it.
So even if you do everything right, it's still fucked.
Yeah, even if you do everything right and you increase it to like that 15-20%, you're still waiting on the server's random number generator to be in your favor.
Fucking bullshit, man. Like, I kind of hate Niantic. Like, I still play the game, but, like, I'm less playing it lately than I have been, you know?
Yeah. No, well, the thing is, I started playing Pokemon Go for 2 reasons. I have a friend in Philadelphia who loves playing the game, and it gives me something to do with her when she comes here to hang out. And I have 3 friends who want to make Pokemon Go type games. And I figured, fuck it, finally have the phone to run the game. I'll start doing research on it. Now I have 28 bullet points on how to improve on the product. Because what Niantic is doing, it's like what happened in Chicago. It's basic PR. Be transparent. Set your customer expectations. Especially set their expectations. They're totally failing to do some basic business shit.
It kind of blows my mind. Like, I feel like what happened was Game Freak and Nintendo, like, rolled down a window, threw a fucking brick through the window of their, like, business that just said Pokemon plus Niantic, ? And then it had, like, check yes, check no. When they checked yes, they just threw a fucking sack full of money through the window and just peeled out in the driveway and drove off.
I still don't get it, because at this point I feel like the only thing they really have going for them is the brand. Take away the brand itself, and the game is very shitty.
I mean, have you played have you played Ingress?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got you there.
Like, actually, though, I agree with you 100%. Like, if you looked at the original trailers for all this stuff, it is completely not what they said it was going to be.
Misleading.
Oh, yeah, like, they promised so much. Like, hey, go on a hike, and you can fucking catch a Charizard. It's like, okay, but actually we're going to have, like, one fountain in town that has, like, it looks kind of like a penis. Somebody posted about it in, like, Ingress. And then you're just gonna have to sit there for like 2 hours.
I wouldn't even go there. The way they've built the game is specifically to generate more money from. It does nothing to actually improve your player experience.
Yeah.
Because if they actually wanted to do that and improve the player experience to foster your how do I put this how much you enjoy the game and how much you want to continue playing the game, all they had to introduce was player versus player battles and trading.
Yep. They're still working on that apparently too, but
yeah, after a full fucking year.
It's fucking dumb though, isn't it?
No,
I'm sorry. Like we're getting very angry. Like, let's tell the people how we really feel about it, right?
Oh, look, David, I'm a lead fucking developer. I'm looking at this shit and going, what the fuck are you doing?
Man, it's like
the fucking what happened in Chicago. Like, if it was any other company, I would be willing to forgive it, assuming that would be predicated on what they actually said about it. Niantic didn't say shit about it. They never bothered to mention when the event happened, and when all the cell towers went down, they didn't bother to mention whether or not they had talked with the cell phone companies beforehand. According to the permits, they had to talk with the cell phone companies beforehand to ensure viability. But when they had the event, they didn't even bother to mention what they were doing to resolve the problem, or the fact that it was the cell phone towers that went down, and they can't control that. Because then you set their expectations. Neither did they bother to tell everyone that it had a 5-mile radius. And then earlier this week, Monday, Zapdos was released, right?
Yeah.
2 days ago, I walked around in Midtown during my lunch break, and the exact same phenomenon was happening between Grand Central Station and Times Square Broadway.
It's just fucking down.
Yeah, it wasn't fully down, but there was a massive amount of network connectivity issues. There were a bunch of people trying to also go for the Zapdos at the place I was at. I think it was St. Patrick's Cathedral, or nearby it, or Build-A-Bear Workshop. There's like a whole bunch of gyms around there, and a bunch of us could not connect to the server. Because the radio towers was just getting too much it was the Rockefeller Center. That was it. We had just gone to the St. Patrick's Cathedral, killed that Zapdos, and then there was one literally around the corner at the Rockefeller Center. So we walk over there. It's the Rockefeller Center. Of course, there's a shit ton of tourists there, and now you have 50 to 100 Pokemon Go trainers going there to kill the fucking Zapdos. And then once we all get congregated, all of those cell phone signals are hitting the same radio towers.
You know, I never thought about the radio tower part. Like, I always just thought it was the Niantic servers that were crap.
Well, the thing, it's... Initially when the game came out, it was their servers. One of their servers went down because it effectively had a DDoS attack. A few other ones, they maxed out their API usage with Google Maps, and they had to renegotiate that contract. There was a bunch of other issues. And then once they had that all resolved, now it's gone to the point where it's not their servers, but it's the cell phone service that's the issue. Which then begs the question, why haven't these radio towers been upgraded? Which goes back to the whole issue with Comcast and all those companies consistently refusing to upgrade their fucking hardware. Like, we have the technology for a gigabit connections. Have any of you guys been to Japan yet?
Nah.
No, but
nah. I want to. It'd be awesome, but nah.
Who said yes?
None of us.
Okay, no, because I remember a few friends who went to Japan and they had some pretty fucking good internet connectivity there. Like, I forget was it Japan or another country had gigabit.
I think that would be South Korea.
Yeah, that has gigabit connections. And it's like, we can install that shit here in the US, but they don't because it's too much of a cost for them, which is surprising considering how much they fucking pay for their bonuses. And now I'm just ranting.
South Korea is also the size of like fucking Texas, isn't it? Basically, like it's a fucking small ass little country.
Yeah, but just upgrading the cables in New York City alone.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying like
because like the only place where we have those type of cables set up is in the Washington D.C. area, specifically a little bit south of it, between the Pentagon and the data warehouses, basically where a large chunk of the internet sits. Amazon Eastern Data Center.
Yeah.
I know, like, all things considered, though, like, the game's fucking dumb, but I'm also probably gonna be excited when these fucking mudkips come out again. Like, oh boy, like, mudkips are here, the whole game is better! I'm like, no, and they're just putting a fresh coat of paint on that bullshit.
Yep. That's how I felt about the gold and silver Pokemon.
Yeah, like, I was not excited about Gold and Silver, and I fucking love those games, you know?
But yeah, it's
like, oh boy, new Pokemon. It's just like, okay, so we got the Sentret. Okay, that's just another fucking Rattata. And then we got Murkrows. That's kind of cool. Oh, we can't evolve them yet. It's Gen 4. And they're kind of Pidgey.
How about that Thickerita?
Thickerita?
Uh-huh.
So?
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's Panty Soccer Day. It's kind of obligatory at this point to drop the...
No, I agree with you. Those toenails are thick as fuck.
Yeah.
I kind of need to see some fan art of Thickerita now. Like, I don't want to, but I need to.
Really? Because I didn't even realize I was a thing until I was looking at one of my friend's Facebook posts.
You know, I'm just gonna... Just hold on a second. You guys keep talking. I'm just gonna totally not do incognito modes. It's not in the search history.
So,
don't worry about it.
So, guys, Panty and Stalking is a show.
Augmented reality.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, God.
No. Oh, so, David.
Oh, yeah.
To continue... So you guys want to hear me continue ripping on Niantic?
Not really. No, this is an.
Oh, so like, talk about. Hang on a second.
Oh,
sure.
Well, we let Dean speak.
This is. I mean, it's an interesting. It's an interesting rant, but we kind of have a topic to talk about.
Yes, we do.
And why don't we say something? Oh God, why?
Why does this exist?
Dave, why don't you say some words about Panty and Stalking, since you're the one that voted for it. You're the one that voted forward.
Yeah, so this show, I watched the first episode of it in Anime Club, like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe at this point now. Thought it was pretty funny. I decided we should check it out and stuff a little bit now. It's basically, if you took South Park and Powerpuff Girls and just kind of mashed them together, you kind of get this.
Yeah,
it's basically just like an R-rated... Huh?
That and you turn it into an anime.
Basically, yeah, it's an anime if you like took like Powerpuff Girls and just like
turned it up to 11.
Yeah, just nasty really ass fucking like ratchet bitches.
Is it really an anime though? Because it follows a lot of the like the Saturday morning cartoon, like the Adult Swim kind of like feel of a show.
Kind of, yeah. It kind of has like almost like Adult Swim, like adult cartoon kind of. Yeah, just like.
I would imagine this show being played on the same like station that would be playing like Aqua Teen Hunger Force or like.
I could absolutely see that actually, yeah,
because like or something, you know,
it's kind of like
C Lab
or like Super Jail or fucking Venture Brothers, you know, that kind of stuff.
The only thing is though with like Aqua Teen is that they're detectives that never actually solve a fucking mystery in their goddamn lives, whereas these guys are ghost hunters that actually do hunt ghosts. It's just they just kind of like forget about doing it and just go out and like fuck everyone in town first, and they're like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't know, my crotch itches. Is that a fucking ghost? We should probably shoot that. Okay.
So, did you guys watch the sub or the dub for this?
I watched the dub for it.
Wait, there was a dub?
Dude, the dub's fucking... Dude, it's fucking good.
It is good.
God damn it! I was just telling Ari last night how amazing it would be if it was dubbed.
Yeah, dude,
I told you it was dubbed.
I didn't realize you meant it like that.
I have a question real quick.
What's
Hunter.
Yeah. Pervert.
Right. So, I want to mention something. I know, David, you know about this. You've gone to those perverted panels and conventions, right? The hentai panels?
Yeah, I got one I can fucking tell you guys about.
The ones that the religious people outside are there to prevent.
Exactly.
Oh man, see, they can't stop me.
Alright.
Do you mean the zealots?
Huh?
Yes.
I don't know. So, in those, they do this thing called hand check, where like you're supposed to put your hands up in the middle of the like someone will call out a hand check, and like you need to put your hands up so it makes so that everyone knows that you weren't like touching yourself or something.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Well, since we're basically doing a hentai show right now, should we all do a hand check sort of thing?
Well, we can't see each other, so how useful would that be?
Dean said hand check.
Alright.
I am the hand check robot.
Yeah, my hands
Hands
are up.
up.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Hands up, everyone.
Guys, full disclosure, I am actually jerking right now. It's Thickarita.
This is awkward.
Not really jerking.
Oh,
today. Gonna worry about it. I'm jerking.
David, hold on there. So, your girlfriend is right next to you, and you're jacking yourself off.
Yep.
Have you seen Thickarita?
Yeah.
She is pretty thick.
That is one thick bay leaf.
Oh my god, stop.
Let me see that chickasee.
So yeah, this
We
show
like to have fun around here.
is not the highest brow humor, is it? Is it?
Well, the humor is lowbrow. It benefits to the it caters to the lowest common denominator.
I would argue that it's smart about how dumb it is.
It is. There's the amount of puns they've had. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's actually some really good fucking puns. Like when they're fighting the giant shit monster, and he's like, what does he say? Like, freeze, shithead! Don't make any movements.
Yeah.
And also, like, its style is so, like, it takes effort to put that much style on a show. From the art, like, the art changes. I'm not sure if you guys have watched enough to see.
Like, do you know how many art styles do they have total?
Whenever they kill a demon or a ghost, it goes into this like live action like
Claymation?
prop. It's not claymation. It's a prop that they're like exploding, and it's hilarious every time because it's like this is like totally an Adult Swim kind of gag that you would see, but it's a guy. This is a Gynax show. This is the fucking people that made Evangelion.
Between that, there was also the one that was very high-end anime drawings.
Yeah, whenever they transform, you get to see them in like their anime form, like what they would look like in a traditional anime show.
When they were playing Fly Away, or when they play I Want You with the Devil Sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and during the which scene was it? When they were trying to travel to the bush, there was that entire art style.
The semen, like the Saving Private Ryan, but with semen. And there was also another episode 5, where it's about this guy who's just like a Japanese like salaryman in Little Tokyo, just going through life, and the entire art of the show changes for 95% of the show. Like, even when Panty and Stocky show up, they're in their art form, but the rest of the world around them is still in this vignette of this guy.
Is it just me, or did they have like a sort of Teen Titans feel to them at some point?
Oh yeah, totally. This is totally inspired by Teen Titans.
I noticed too, like the little dog Chuck, he kind of looks like one of the things out of Kaiba.
He looks like Gur.
Gur, hello.
Yeah, what are you talking
He looks like one of the guys from Kaiba too, a little bit, just like shittily drawn on purpose.
Dave, no one
funny.
fucking watched Kaiba. He's Gur. Come on.
Oh, also, in episode 3, guys, in episode 3, there was another art style. I'm not sure if you caught it, but it was identical to one of the scenes from Kill la Kill.
Oh yeah, you
a
mentioned
little
this
bit, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
This is the
Okay,
same
which episode is
guy.
episode 3 again? What's the plot of that
I'm
one?
pasting it in the chat right now.
So this is the same guy that would go on
wrong one.
to
That's Thickarita.
to do Kill la Kill. This is eventually he would work on Kill la Kill. I think this came out in 2010. Penny and Stocking. Kill la Kill came out in 2013.
Yeah, and apparently they had one of the same creators.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's basically made by the same team in Gynax that went to become Trigger, which has done Kill la Kill, Inferno Cop, Space
Dandy?
Space Patrol Lucolo.
The director's name is Imiyashi Hiroyuki, and he worked on he did some episode shit for Evangelion back in the day. He's the director of Panty and Stocking, and he would go on to do Kill la Kill. being the director and the storyboard artist, and like episode directors for specific episodes, and then go on to do Little Witch Academia storyboards and key animation.
Fuck yeah.
Shit, I can actually totally see that, because there's an episode where they're doing the lingerie race, and he has Garter has a fucking speech about how we should be blessed by these clothings and whatever. I'm just like, it sounds kind of like Kill la Kill, and you're like, yeah, you're directing Kill la Kill. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
This is also, by the way, also the director of Garen Lagann.
Yes.
So this guy is a guy that we know pretty well so far, and he's made, I guess this is just like a little project or something, because I'm sure it doesn't cost that much to do the animation compared to some of these other shows that he's been working on.
I don't know 100%, but the way funding animation really works is just companies get together and they show interest and then they give a budget. Really, what determines how animation goes is the time schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how cheap some of it looks, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The money really just determines how much the animators get paid.
And when you're getting paid, you're getting laid. That's
Which in turn implies how much effort they put in? If we're going to go by productivity theory?
sure.
I don't know, because Japan generally has a really overworking feel to it. It's been a
it does have that culture.
Yeah, it's kind of why IT doesn't really work there, because no IT company really wants to invest.
Yeah, and and whenever I see an anime, for me it's very weird, because now that I'm working in Manhattan, it's like I see a very similar culture, but not quite.
Huh.
It's really cool to see all the parallels, but then also to see where it's different.
Well, it's different because Japan doesn't know how to, kind of take a step back and relax.
No, you're right. Because and over here it's work hard, play hard. Over there is work hard and get honor.
Work hard and then lead yourself to an early death.
Yeah.
Work hard, go out drinking heavily to forget how fucking hard you're working, and then go home and then wake up and then do it again the next day.
No. You go home to your personal assistant.
Oh.
That one.
I forget if it's a fucking clickhole article or if it's a real article, but
it was real. It was
a
real
real article about how there's a half the population 18 to 34 are virgins.
Yeah, something like that. It was
something like that, where it's just they're just too busy to fuck.
Oh yeah, no. There's a whole declining birth rate issue in Japan. That's a massive problem that they have.
Yeah, and
it's just man, I ain't got fucking time to have sex, man. I'm fucking busy, goddamn working.
Yeah,
every day.
Sure, but the biggest problem I've seen with it is that for every other country that has this problem, the solution is very simple: immigration. But Japan does not want to do that.
Oh yeah, they're isolationists. They have always been, even after World War II. And
which is odd considering since World War II, they've been very open to absorbing other cultures.
But they're still kind of xenophobic towards foreigners.
Yeah, which is it's such a weird dissonance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, their overworking is also a problem because some very prominent animators in the
field,
have died early from overexhaustion. In fact, one of the airing shows, I believe, Welcome to the Ballroom, one of the animators passed away in the second episode, and
at the ripe old age of 23.
I think he was 34 or something.
That's how old I am. Don't scare me.
Yeah, but
30.
Yeah, I'm 34.
Yes.
Did you get your? Are you growing your whites yet?
My whites.
Yeah.
Whiteys.
Yeah, your silvery whites.
What are your balls?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but then you have people who were basically complaining about the episode quality or whatever in the third and fourth episode after they literally had to take a break for a sec there to allow some time
Get a
for
new guy.
passing to go. It's kind of depressing in a sense.
How no one cares. Yeah.
You know, it's also depressing, man. Fucking angels thrown out of heaven because they like fucking too much. What's up?
God,
Well, to comment on that, Well, to comment on what Ari was just saying, how many of the viewers even knew that occurred? Like, did they bother to even put up a message on the episode saying, in loving memory of so-and-so?
No, it
I don't
had to
think
be...
so.
I think it was a message that was sent out afterwards, and basically all those comments were basically deleted because they didn't realize it had happened. It's just...
Dang.
Did you feel like an asshole, huh, anime fan?
Yeah.
Well, it's like what I said before about setting expectations.
Speaking of anime, what are your guys' thoughts on the show overall?
Powerpuff Girls turn to 11.
It's so freaking good. Like, it takes it and it knows exactly what it is. Like, it's trash and it turns it up to fucking 11.
Hunter, how many times
Did you guys
go to
actually-
the bathroom?
Did I go to the bathroom?
Yeah. How many times did you have to, have some one-on-one time?
I didn't.
How
I'm
many
sure about that.
Yeah,
play the one-handed violin? You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Well, I just
that'd
watched
be
the
all-
episode until my afro exploded with cum.
Yes, exactly. God, that's so funny. Oh my god. And then, oh my god, did anyone notice? Like, okay, I want to ask you guys a question. Were they totally having like a thing between Garterbelt and Geek Boy? Like,
Yes,
were doing,
they
like,
had. They did.
I'm
Like a-
pretty
like
sure
a
he's fucking
Catholic-
little boys throughout
Yeah,
the entire
exactly.
series.
Well, you would know, Dave.
Exactly.
I was raised Catholic, so
Yeah.
oh no,
Oh no.
I gotta go, guys. Bye. But then he stayed because this is a joke, and the joke's over now. Okay, bye. Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, Dave, you're back.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
turned me off a little bit.
Yeah, this is a very fast therapy session. What? Huh?
The Garterbelt stuff about him being a kitty diddler.
And the fact
Yeah.
that he's voiced by Chris Sabat as well.
Piccolo, how could you do such a thing?
Listen, man, Piccolo also kidnapped a kid from his parents and made him train. I don't know what fucking did he for training and stuff. Like, I don't know what kind of training he did, okay? It's alien training. It might involve dick sucking. I don't know.
Something, skin flute.
Yeah, skin flute. He's got a skin Piccolo.
I'm wondering, did anyone else notice how surprising the feminist undertone?
In what? Like what part?
The entire across the entire series, the way they portrayed Panty and Stocking.
Yeah, like,
Garterbelt.
Panty just goes around town having sex and having a good time, and, like, she's not really shown in a bad light for it, except, like, Stocking giving her shit, but then Stocking goes on and just has a good time, eating food and being herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're strong female leads who they don't let others tell them what the fuck to do or think.
Huh.
More power
Hey,
to them.
guys, this show passes the Bechdel test. That's fucking silly.
That is...
You happy there?
Yeah, there we go. So, a feminist masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
Carry on, then.
Honestly, it's just mostly because they're written as basically humans, except they're fallen angels.
Yeah,
they're not.
it's strange to me, like, in a medium of, like, entertainment anime, where they, like, so many shows have such a hard time to even, like, mention, even, like nudge at the idea of sex for their characters. The other show, it's just like, hey, she has sex. She's a human being that fucks people. Like,
Well, she's not human.
well, she's a character, a developed character that fucks people.
She's not a human, but that doesn't stop her from fucking like one.
That was
Oh,
No,
man.
that was a great.
no,
bit.
sorry, it's more like a rabbit.
Yeah.
But you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, this entire
Yeah.
medium of anime, it's just, oh, will they, won't they? And then, what they do? They fucking hug at the end of a season or something? They kiss? Where's this fucking...
I do notice also, like, they do give her shit sometimes, because, like, she just, like, talks at Stocking and it's just like, oh, God, I can smell a cum, bitch. And she's like, no, I'm sorry, what?
That's just ribbing from siblings, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the fucking,
Well,
like...
no, because let's not be hypocritical here. How often do guys give each other shit for when they have a girl over and shit and whatnot?
Yeah, how's it going, Dave, with your fucking girlfriend? You sucking her dick yet?
I mean, listen, man, that's private, but maybe.
Like right now.
That's why I'm quiet this episode, guys.
While you're talking.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's a thing that people do. They give each other shit about,
Everything.
about being a person. That's how people work.
Honestly, the way it's written, you don't even really see this type of stuff in live action either.
It depends on like what series or what channel you're watching.
Very rarely.
What do you mean? What don't
Like-
you see? Because this show was a little ridiculous, and it could only be portrayed animated.
Yeah, no, of course. I just mean like
A live action Panty is talking. That would be interesting.
That's just a porno. That's just porn at that point.
No, I wouldn't say that because, like, take the first episode for example. It would remind me quite a bit of Dogma.
Yeah, man.
Actually, shit, yeah.
Just gonna have George Carlin back from the dead playing fucking.
and then just unveil the statue of Buddy Christ.
So, that means Brief's the 13th Apostle, right?
Exactly.
Oh God.
and then just Matt Damon is a fallen angel. Wait, shit.
Wait, who's Briefs again?
He's the little nerd dude, the ginger fuck.
His
Nerd boy.
Like a Ghostbusters.
His name is
now.
Briefs. It's like, at one point, they're like, hey, what should we call you? I don't know, how about, fucking Smegma or Force Games? Like, my name's Brief. Like, nah, too on the nose. Fuck that.
Yeah, but did anyone else notice their choice of their choice of naming scheme? Because Panty, Stalking, Brief.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Garterbelt.
Garterbelt, and then the two bad guys later on are, knee socks?
Scanty and Stockings.
Scanty and knee socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not get that. Until
What the
just
fuck is a
right.
Chuck, though?
Oh my God.
No, seriously, what the fuck is a Chuck?
It's what happens when a woodchuck could chuck some wood.
I'm pretty sure Chuck is an onomatopoeia where you name something after its sound.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's just him, like,
basically
Chuck.
it's a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Sure.
Wall.
Yeah, but the thing is, it could also be a portmanteau of chill and fuck.
True.
Oh, he's chill as fuck, yeah. No, I can see that. He's a pretty chill little dude. Also, what the fuck's the name of the car again? It's something else. It's like,
The Shaggin' Wagon.
it's like the fuckmobile or something. I can't remember. It's some other word.
That's the name of my truck.
Like lace or something, I think. I can't remember.
But the way I was basically describing this to, I think, Dean at one point, it's literally an Amy Schumer joke, except fleshed out and actually good.
Yeah.
Oh my
Shit, that's a good way to fucking describe it.
Yeah. If Amy Schumer was actually
Those are some
funny,
fighting words there.
Amy Schumer's a fucking hack, alright? If you want to fight about it, go ahead, but she's not funny.
I will argue that, like, maybe 3 or 4 of her sketches actually made me laugh.
Sure.
But,
Yeah, but
like,
she didn't write those.
Nah. But I'm saying,
She
like,
was dating the guy that wrote it, and then when they broke up, she couldn't write shit.
Who?
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sarah Silverman.
Oh, so hey guys, you notice? I think it's in episode 3 or 4. They actually make a direct reference to Bubbles and Blossom.
Fuck, I missed it.
Yeah, it's like the episode where Panty is a movie star, and then it's like her assistant's just like, Blossom's meeting is next week, and Bubbles' birthday is tomorrow. Should we send her to me? Like, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
God damn it, I missed that. Like that's these.
They sent her a Rolls Royce or a car or something
That is a car.
for the birthday.
Yeah,
And they sent her a Rolls Royce for her birthday.
that was the beginning of the second half of episode 2.
Yeah.
I bet you guys missed. I bet you guys missed the Ren and Stimpy reference.
Oh, I saw
Shit,
that.
did they really? Wait. Which episode was that one in?
I think it was 6.
No, it was like 8 or 9.
Okay, I didn't see that far yet. I got to like episode 7.
It was the courtroom episode.
Yes, that one.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's fucking great. Like, I noticed the one guy was Stimpy, but I didn't notice Ren until, like,
Being the wife.
near the end. Yeah.
It's pretty fucking good. I love too whenever they're like racing through town and shit. There's just like people just fucking like flying out of the way and shit. Like they just speed by and then just fucking like air boost just hits behind them, just throw people like fucking
Oh my
crazy.
god. They just fucking Megas XLR through the entire city.
It's so good. Like I love that running gag of just like mulling over fucking civilians on the way to do shit.
Actually,
Like they just don't give a fuck.
considering it is Gynax, I consider this basically a more modern version of something like Fully Cooley, because it just tries so many different animation styles and whatnot.
That's probably why everyone loves it so much.
Fully Cooley was basically a project where they just tried different modes of animation in one package to see how it worked for telling a story. This is kind of more of the same thing, except they just decided to write something that was just basically a bunch of toilet humor, but felt kind of naturally, together.
Literally fight a shit demon the first episode.
Oh my
Yes.
god. Yeah, did you guys get the episode
Not a shit demon, a plumber.
Did you guys find...
Oh, what's a city worker? Sorry, go ahead, Hunter.
Go ahead, Hunter.
Did you get... Who got to the episode where you find Stocking's love interest?
I saw that.
I haven't gotten to that one yet, actually.
I forgot. How was that again?
I haven't seen the episode, but I'm familiar with it.
Oh my god, it's so fucking great.
Towards the end,
the song for it is so, like, oh my god.
It's good.
Yeah, it's pulls at your heartstrings, but her love interest is such a fucking joke.
Hunter. Are you talking about when, like, the guy's hair is pulled back?
No.
Hunter, did you also notice, like, that was another great example of feminism in the show?
Yeah.
Like, for both of them, the way they, the love interests are developed.
Oh, yeah. Wait, okay. I mean, I remember them, but it's been a while, because like I said, I've only got to, like, episode 4 now, and I've seen them all, like, 3 years ago. So, can you elaborate?
Sure, but spoilers?
No, that's fine, dude.
Alright, well, from what I understand, Panty ends up, over the course of the series, at first she's just basically shitting on Brief, until Brief actually cleans up and dresses up, and then she starts to,
when he
get the hots for him. But she still doesn't develop a relationship with him until basically the end of the series on her terms. By the same idea, Garterbelt falls in love with someone. They find out that someone happens to be a ghost, and the two of them start fighting over whether or not to kill her or not. And it's
Stalking, not Garterbelt.
Stalking, Garterbelt. What's the difference?
Same person.
One's a big black guy that shoots coming out of his afro.
Also
the other's a goth.
Wait, the priest's name is Garterbelt?
Yeah, it's Garterbelt.
Yeah.
I fucking did not notice that. I thought...
Really?
He also wears a garter belt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, he's got fucking,
shit.
Like, if you didn't notice, like, alright, Big
Like, I thought they meant...
with the final machine, it's a combination of Panty, Stocks, and Garterbelt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought the way the show was represented, that was Panty was the first character, and Stalking with Garterbelt was referring to stalking, because typically some stockings you wear with a garter belt.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And considering this is the guy who cross-dresses, I would know that.
You would. It's true.
Yeah.
It's more like Powerpuff Girls featuring Professor Utonium, kind of, I guess his name,
I guess, sure.
Well, okay, continue with your thing, because
Dr. Utonium,
her love interest was like the monster.
Yes. So Panty wanted to kill her. Panty and Stalking gets into an argument. I don't know how it goes because I haven't actually seen that episode. I just read about it. But the general gist of it is they don't end up killing her, from what I gather. Or like all I know is that it's something tragic. That's it.
Yeah. Did I hear the cops coming from you guys? By the way, I think I heard sirens. Is that me?
No, that was me. I'm living in I live in East New York, which
He's living in the
it's difficult
hood.
to describe because it's being gentrified, so not nearly as much crime here as there was like 2 decades ago. But you can still see the after effects because a lot of the businesses, once they close up, if they're doing anything at night, they have basically bulletproof windows.
Okay, so what you're saying is I don't need to microwave my hard drive.
No.
Okay, good.
Why would you need to microwave your hard?
Don't worry about it, Hunter.
No, you can
Cradle robber.
Millions of people that possibly listen to this show.
Listen, man, the billions of people that are fans of this show don't need to know.
In all fairness,
That's the whole sentence. The whole sentence just ends there. Don't need to know
Well, in all fairness, compared to like a lot of other vlogs or blogs that had suddenly became popular, you really don't know what it'll take for something to explode in popularity. Hence the viral, because that's how difficult. Because like, what was it? My last company, I was doing marketing, and at one point where I learned how difficult it is to actually pull off a viral marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, the trick is we give everyone a virus.
You kind of just have to make a meme and then just throw it out there.
Yeah, except you have no guarantee that the meme would work.
Exactly, because you have to hit someone that it clicks with personally, and then they have to be like, "Look at how great this is."
Yeah, it's like it's so weird. 'Cause, like, it needs to be good, but you also need to have the right timing, and the timing is heavily dependent on the current state of things.
That too. I was actually just thinking about that. We were talking earlier about how Japan takes in like a bunch of different cultures, right?
Yeah.
Well, Japan did a lot of stuff with American culture, but now that they have a trade agreement with Europe, I'm thinking that maybe they're going to have more European influence.
Well, such as...
I don't know, but I was thinking about Shokugeki no Soma and Meat Girl, how she always had the American bikini.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of that.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about that. Like, we might see less of that from that.
Sure, but that makes me wonder what European culture would they absorb.
I'm not sure. Probably a mixture.
But consider that with America, we do have quite a large culture, and we are a mixing pot of cultures. But a lot of what Japan has taken are like posters or poster prints of American culture, from between baseball, the way she was dressing with meat, your standard blonde white American, or anime's gratuitous use of African Americans.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean gratuitous? Because I don't see a lot of African Americans.
But when they do bring them in, it can be very gratuitous at times, with some very few exceptions. Like what's his name in Sword Art Online was one of the few cases I saw where he was just portrayed as an American and no. No caricature involved. Like case in point with Garterbelt, the way his fucking lips are drawn.
Yeah, they totally do that. I don't know if you guys have seen Air. I think it's Air Gear.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, that. Like, they had one black guy in there, and they just, like, the art style on him was so freaking racist. Oh my god.
I kind of love the big black dude, like the big black Russian dude in Durarara.
Oh, Simon.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a cool fucking dude. I like him.
Durarara was pretty good with its art, though, and also, like, portraying people as, like, fully fleshed characters.
Yes, it did.
So what are our concluding thoughts on this show? Like,
tons, so many amazing one-liners. I'm starting to slowly record them.
8.5 out of 10.
How about this? What would you want to see in a season 2?
I want to know what the fuck happened with Stalking and with Panty. Like, that ending was... Like, that came out of nowhere. Like, you will not, like, it came out of left field. That's all I want to say.
Oh, actually, that just reminded me of another question, if I may, Dean.
Sure.
Did anyone notice the cynicism they have on heaven and humans?
Oh, yeah, I love that part.
Yeah. Like, holy hell!
Like, not just that, but also, like, religion, too. Did you notice how, I think it's the episode where they go to
Like, she fucks a guy regularly inside of her church?
Yeah.
No, not that.
That's fun.
Well, I mean, that might be whatever you were saying. Were you... Sorry, go ahead.
No, by all means, continue.
I completely just cut off everything else, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense with what I was saying.
Your thoughts aren't lining up with what I was thinking, so you must be wrong.
Well, like, at the beginning of the very first episode, they portray the setting as Earth being in between heaven and some sort of hell, which they don't really describe. They give you 1 or 2 images of a demon, and the rest of the show consists of ghosts, which are dead humans.
Yeah.
And then we have these two who are angels, and the way they describe heaven is very similar to human culture, but more, considering like the waiting list of 500 years. But then these two were specifically kicked out because they were so rebellious, rude, quote unquote, etc. But then you see how they treat humans, and how they really give no shits about humanity.
Yeah, man.
Which started making me wonder about the state of that heaven or that hell that we never see.
It seems like hell is actually more organized. Like they actually know what the fuck they're doing. Like with Scanty and Knee Socks, they actually are like very straight laced. Like their business, and then it's just Panty and Stocking are the Anarchy Sisters, and they're just fucking like they don't give a fuck.
I just want to point out that straight laced pun, Dave. That was some good stuff.
Oh shit! I didn't notice that. Thank you. Fuck, that was good. I didn't mean to do that shit.
The Anarchy Sisters are Panty and Stockings.
Yeah.
Also, something I wanted to mention earlier too. I fucking love the Transformers episode.
Oh my god.
God damn it, that was great. Fucking Megatron and Coctimus Prime.
Yes.
God damn it.
Laser guided missile rocket.
I love how Panty, like all of her fucking robots were just goddamn like dildos and shit. Like all of her sex toys just turned into fucking robots behind her. It's so good.
And then she keeps getting honey potted.
Oh god, and then the fucking like the robot sex too, where it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna screw her, and it's just literally like a Phillips head screwdriver just fucking bam, bam, bam.
Hold on there, because listen what Ari just said. Did you mean that by the actual definition, or just trying to pull a pun there?
No, I mean the actual definition. She literally kept getting honey potted that entire episode.
Like she just kept falling in honey. Is that what you mean?
Oh wait, did she? You're right. Fucking hell. That's pretty good.
Every episode they have so many fucking puns.
Yeah, like I said, they're so smart about being dumb, and that's something that's hard to do, which is why so many people can't fucking do it.
And I love it because it's catering both to the lowest common denominator, but it also caters to people who are looking for something deeper.
Oh yeah, like totally. Like Louis C.K. is one of the best observational stand-up comedians, like of our time, maybe of all time, but he still loves fart jokes. Like like
Panty's pearly pink peck.
Oh my god.
She's winning them over like pigs to a slaughter.
Oh god, what was it? Oh, I had a thing to say before about the dichotomy between heaven and hell, and like the whole humanity and religion thing. Because in the episode where they go to high school, they show like the scene of them being in health class.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, don't have sex, any position, you'll die. He's just like, now what happened, kids? What happens if you fucking missionary? And they all just together they say, you die. What happens if you do the infamous doggy style?
You die. And then he follows that up with handing out fucking condoms.
Yeah. Oh, is that gum? Thanks.
And then she blows it up and explodes.
Yeah.
I love, like, it's basically like if Paris Hilton was a Powerpuff Girl. You know, just fucking dumb and just fucking everywhere, and then just kind of like, yeah, whatever, bitches. Like, just some ratchet ass bitch just being a fucking superhero.
No, not a ratchet ass bitch. You scrotless harlot.
Yeah.
Skirtless heart, oh my god.
Harlot.
Oh my god. And
episode 2, 3.
Yeah, they're fighting the fucking semen monsters, and they're like, look, they may be cute and cuddly, but just don't let them get in your eye, they sting.
What is your guys' favorite, just like random, just cuss word they use in the series? There's a lot of them that are like stand out to me.
I like fuck. That's a good solid one.
I like, well, like for instance, at one point she calls Panty queef breath.
Heard of that.
I think at another point, what is it? It does say motherfucker, like mother bitch.
Oh yeah.
It's just fucking like just random.
And skanky ass.
Motherfucker.
Oh god, it's good.
How about one-liners?
There's so many, kind of hard to remember them all.
So what comes to mind?
I still love the police officer just saying, "Free shithead, don't make any movements."
Yeah, that's a good line. It's an obvious joke with a giant shit monster, but it still made me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember too, like the fucking background dialogue for characters in the show is amazing. Like, there's like the guy talking about how like he was given it to this chick, and then like it just goes over to like the girl on the toilet talking about has a fucking thimble dick, but like it looked bigger in the pictures. So he was taking like very like discreet like big angle shots on his dick.
We've all been.
And then they rise from the toilet in like perfectly symmetrical fashion, and then just keep fighting each other, and then they do the same joke over.
Well, my favorite one was my trigger finger slipped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Like this show, like it does what it does very well. I feel like, and that's just be trashy and ridiculous.
And sometimes
smart.
you want that, you know. Sometimes you want a show to turn off your brain and just laugh and be a filthy, vulgar, like just piece of shit. You know?
Basically, yeah. I mean, that's why you got to hang out with me. I think, right?
Well, no.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck you, Dean.
Contractually
What?
obligated.
Whatever, queef breath. Okay, I got a single chuckle. I'll take it. Fuck it.
That was a pretty good discussion of Penny and Stalking. I'm not sure if we will ever revisit this. If they ever do a second season, that would be nice. But yeah, that was a fun little. Like we've covered some cerebral fucking shows, some real head scratchers on this fucking podcast before, and some traditional shows as well. But this was kind of a left turn, a hard fucking harpin on the road of this podcast. It was fun to watch.
Also, I don't think I must have mentioned it really either, but the music in this show is fucking baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that at the top when I was talking about the style of the show and how it all melds together so well.
Yeah, like this show just like oozes style, and I feel like the word oozes like really fits for this show too.
It just splurts style.
Yeah, but also the art is also excellent for cover videos, like the one I'm going to link to you guys right now.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did you guys hear the Anarchy video?
I haven't yet, no. Also,
Look it up.
okay,
They did amazingly. Like, I mean, it's one of their songs. They have it in the background.
Yeah. Oh wait, are you talking about the thing that they have in one episode, the Anarchy, like the music video?
That one. That.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Oh god, I just remembered the fucking. I don't remember if it was the second episode or not, but the one where they're basically like movie stars.
yeah.
It's like
Her first video?
is a sex tape.
No, it wasn't a sex tape. It was a porno.
Yeah, it was.
No, there's a difference. One is accidentally released. The other one specifically for profit.
True. It's
called
just like
career suicide.
She got backdoor casting couch too, which was hilarious.
Oh man.
All right,
The
guys.
fact that we all know exactly what the fuck you meant by that
yeah,
says
totally.
a lot.
I have
Calling it out as I see it.
Let's move on to voting for this week. I'm not sure if you guys
Hold
realize.
on. I have one last thing to mention because Carlos mentioned the music. The soundtrack for this anime is so spot on. Like the song where that they have playing when they explain Garterbelt's backstory is so good. I think it's called like Nerdcore Jump or something.
I think I know that one actually. Yeah. Like I actually heard songs from this show before I ever watched the fucking show, and like one of them is like on my playlist and shit. 'Cause it was just so fucking jamming.
Exactly. Like it's so fucking good. Also, that scene where just the entire scene where they explain his backstory is also freaking amazing.
Also, just something else I noticed too, and I'm not sure if it's actually like right or not, but the end theme song reminds me a little bit of the '90s band Erotic.
Oh yeah.
You might know them for the song Dr. Dick.
Come on and save me, Dr. Dick.
But it's like kind of like just like a little bit hyper like electronica with just like a female vocalist over it, you know?
Yeah. So that's
I don't know,
a lot
like
of fun.
it's a little bit there. Maybe not exactly, but it reminded me of it, which was very fitting for the show. I feel like.
All right, we got to stop talking about this show at some point because I want to point out something. This is the 19th episode of this podcast, which means the next one is the 20th episode of this podcast.
So it's season 2?
Well, not yet. I'm gonna follow like anime stuff, so it'd be like 26 for next season. But because it's special to me, I'm taking the steering wheel here. We're gonna revisit a show that we have covered on this show, and I'm going to let you guys vote on it.
All right, cool.
Shit, that's a lot.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
you can do a fucking whole bot here.
Do we want to do Overlord again?
Nope, I
Oh
already
my
have
God,
my choices.
Okay, instead of Overlord, how about I take
No,
a
shut
hammer,
the
right?
fuck up.
And I just smash my dick with it.
Wait, so what are we voting on again?
The next show for next time.
Yeah, but we have to choose amongst a set?
Yes, a set of 4 that we have already covered that we're going to revisit.
Ooh.
Oh man, these are actually all fucking good. Shit.
And the last one,
I don't see these choices. Where are they?
Oh, there's a straw poll right there.
Strawpoll.me. We just vote on one, right?
yeah, just vote on one.
Okay, I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna eat that shit.
For the listeners, our first ever episode of this, the show that got us all together, is a show that's so dear to me in my heart. It is Konosuba.
I wouldn't mind watching that again, to be
Oh
honest.
god, that's a fucking great show.
The next show is another show that really spoke to me, and really spoke to all of us as well. We all enjoyed it. It is Kenichi, The Bravest Warrior Kenichi. Beyond that, it is a classic that everyone here knows. It's one that we didn't have enough time to cover in full on the episode that we did try. It is the Fullmetal Alchemist series. And in the same
With
way as that, our first East vs. West was on a series that had so much to talk about, we couldn't cover all of it. So Avatar, Last Airbender, and Korra would be considered for that.
Hunter, you click on the straw poll and then
Yeah.
I click on what?
Click on the link to the straw poll, and then you can get to there.
Do you not see?
yeah.
Oh.
Also, yeah, like, the first episode, I didn't actually watch a whole lot of Konosuba before the show started, so I'm actually in season 2 of that show now, so I would love to finish, like, have an excuse to finish that series, because I fucking love that series.
So Kareem, which
2
'cause
haven't
you're-
you seen, Cream Pie?
The first 2.
Oh.
Yeah, since you're new to this podcast, you're
But that also makes this very interesting, because for you guys, this would be your second time talking about these. For me, it would be my first.
exactly.
Yeah, man.
Also, Carlos and Dave did not finish or even get very far into Konosuba or really Kenichi. First time we watched through it.
Frankly, I hope I would have the time to watch it.
Konosuba is great. You will watch it and you'll be like, I have to keep watching.
Love
this. Yeah,
Kareem, you need to
also
watch The
pretty
Path of Explosion with us.
exactly. So,
Oh my god, I saw a Megumin cosplay at con.
did you?
Fuck,
What?
dude, I was looking for one of those. Where the fuck
saw-
was she?
I saw,
Pixar didn't happen.
I only saw one of them and one of her. Sorry, and I was going to ask her to take a picture, but she was doing the weeaboo dance to Caramel Dancing, and I didn't want to walk up and be like, I didn't want to walk up and be like, hey, I'm just gonna interrupt what you're doing and ask you for a picture.
No, dude, that's when you jump in next to her and
While
shit
doing it.
and walk the path of Weeaboo with her.
Speaking of walking the path of Weeaboo, the results are in, and we are revisiting Konosuba. One of my,
Fuck yeah, we
one of
are.
my favorite shows of all time.
God damn it, I love that fucking show.
It all like whenever I'm feeling down, I just go watch an episode of that shit, and it's so funny. It is so good at what it does. I'm just in such a good mood. Actually,
Oh god, it's like Always Sunny in Philadelphia as a fucking RPG.
Exactly.
And I love it.
yeah, man.
They are a fucking flaming dump truck and I love them.
And the best part is we get to actually talk about it more fully because this time hopefully everyone will have watched enough of it.
And now you have
Goddamn right.
You have the 24th until the 24th of August to watch it because we're doing 2 of these a month now.
Cool.
So yeah, go watch it. There's 2 seasons out. There's like 2 OVAs out. One of them is quite fan servicey and fun. The other one is just a fun little, side story.
Okay, Kenichi is super fan servicey, but actually, reading that in high school taught me a lot about martial arts.
Oh yeah, you can go re-listen to our Kenichi episode, and maybe we'll revisit it at some point.
I would love to actually. That was a very fun show.
Yeah, I'm currently reading the manga, and I'm past where the OVAs ended, and definitely picking up some more steam.
But for now,
it gets as the story progresses, it gets much better in two different ways. Only two different ways, because they really realized what they were capitalizing on, and it's like their martial arts and their like realism to martial arts, but like also like fantasy. Like they had a really weird dichotomy between the two. But that and the fan service, like they just took both of those and turned them up to 11.
but we're
Yes, that sounds fantastic, because I love the realism to the martial arts in that fucking series.
But we're not watching Kenichi, just for the record. We're watching Konosuba again.
Oh yeah, I know we're not. I just I love first fight he gets into, he just does Ippon Seoinage and just fucking lays a dude out bigger than him. Just like, I know that move from judo. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. We should revisit Kenichi at some point. And you guys feel free to vote on revisiting a show. Like, I'm not putting that out of the ideas for this podcast. But for now, because we have a special episode coming up, I was hoping it was going to be Konosuba, I gotta be honest. I wanted you guys to have a vote on it, so I didn't just, like, take the steering wheel away from you guys and, you know, be a dictator about it.
Venezuela, basically.
Yeah, I didn't want to Venezuela you guys or anything.
Oh.
But I was really hoping for Konosuba, and I'm happy because I'm going to rewatch the entire thing. And I'm gonna have
I need to watch it all still. I think I'm like episode 8, season 2 right now.
And I might go read some of that Megumin manga again.
Oh my god!
They actually have a Megumin manga.
It's so good.
It didn't happen.
Best character.
Oh dude, she's the best. I fucking love Megumin.
I need to go read some of the light novel.
Oh yeah, you do. I got links for that. We can talk about that later. All right.
Yeah.
Let's give a goodbye to our one listener. That's Dave's.
Adios.
Bye, Kareem.
Come on.
That was fun.
See you later. Oh wait, no. One thing. Those fucking interview. Is that actually a thing that you guys did?
Hunter did actually, yes.
Did you just call me Cunter? We're about to throw down.
No, I didn't, Hunter.
All right, Hunter. Was it 1 or 2?
Okay, well, I did a little thing with. Okay, first off, I want to make sure I want to let you know this was unsupervised. David wasn't there.
All
I
right.
did a little thing with him, with me and his girlfriend.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. This is you setting it up. I'm gonna put it right at the end of this episode.
Oh, that's already got interesting.
Wait, can I do one thing really fast first before he does that? Because I remember something else happened at the con we didn't get recorded.
We're already going long, dude. Come on. This is the only thing I want to do.
He just fucking roasted a dude in a Ruby costume because the guy was like, "Oh, you've seen Ruby?" He's like, "Yeah, I did not like it."
That is not what I said. He's like, so the whole story is we saw these two guys. There was this one normal-looking dude, this one girl with pink hair, and this one guy with green hair. And David walks up and does the Mr. Crocker thing from Fairly Odd Parents.
And he's like, "Actually, I'm from Ruby."
Yeah, they look at us like we're fucking like goddamn like from Mars or something. They look at us like we're goddamn dumb as shit. Like we should know who they are.
I felt dumb as shit. She wasn't even in costume. She just had a pink wig on. I'm like, "Oh, I'm an idiot."
They just had hair colored.
She was cool as hell though.
She didn't even have the fucking hammer?
No,
Oh, she wasn't from Ruby though. She was actually Mystery Skull's cosplay out of character. She just had her wig on still.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is fine. Everything. I want you to set up this interview. This is why I didn't stop the podcast. I'm trying to get you to segue into this interview that you did.
No, we should finish this story. It's sorry.
Oh my fucking God.
Sorry, I just remember this shit. That's fucking
I was
great.
gonna tell you how like it's like so we're like, what are you actually from? And he says, "Oh, I'm from Ruby," and he goes off in this tirade about how he's like, "Oh man, Ruby was so good." And David's like, "I've never seen it," and he looks at me and he's like, "Have you ever seen it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw the whole first season. I saw actually 3 seasons, and it was awful. It was goddamn." Like he looked at me, like the way he looked at me was like when a kid first realizes that Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah, man, you just fucking roasted that guy. Like, not even meaning to. You're just like, "Oh, it's terrible." Like the thing you're a fan of and cosplaying from, it's garbage. Like
I didn't even say it like that. I was just like, I really didn't like it. and like objective, like I'm paraphrasing. I really didn't like it, but the worst thing about it was the art style. And he's like, oh, well, I agree that the story is bad, but yeah, the art is also bad. And he just looks down and oh my god, like we walked away and David was like, you fucking just murdered that guy emotionally. And I was like, oh my god, I did.
You fucking roasted him, dude.
I didn't mean it. Like, I was just like...
And he took it without a fight.
I think that's what hurts even more is that you didn't even mean to. You just did it deadpan, like, oh, it's a bad show, you should feel bad. Like, oh, I guess I should.
Well, we've already talked in this show about how much I dislike Ruby.
Oh yeah, that was one of our that was one of the first
yeah,
minorities
alienated,
we
like,
alienated.
all our weeaboo crew.
Yeah, right after bus drivers. That's the next group that we alienated.
Yeah.
Damn it, Taylor.
So yeah, Hunter, segue into this interview that you did with Dave's girlfriend.
Oh, well, you know those things...
Why are you saying, oh, that's why I'm not gonna yell.
No, I got this.
I'm not gonna yell.
I'm about to launch right into it.
I'm fine.
You know those things...
That's my girlfriend, you son of a bitch, how dare you?
Where you need to, like, lean forward to drive, what do they call?
Segway.
Oh yeah, like that's right. And so, speaking of segues, we did an interview. I did an interview with David's girlfriend and two of her friends. We talked about some stuff. And,
Did you know it was them?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't know them, but I knew that they were her friends after we started talking.
No, I mean, did you know she was David's girlfriend at the time?
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
But he didn't believe it.
That would have been so much more epic.
I wish, like, that it would have been, but, like, there's no way I would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna interview you first out of this entire group of people, because, like, just random chance. But, so I talked to her, she did some things, she talked shit about David, it was fun, we're gonna put it in right now.
Alright, have a listen.
And the two other girls that were her friends were dressed up as characters from JoJo.
Johnny and your wait, what are the cosplays again, Shay?
Oh, it's
Josuke and Yasuho. Those are words.
Yeah, and that was when I first discovered that it is apparently important to the plot that that the main character has 4 testicles.
Oh.
For some reason, it's important to the plot.
So
he's a Krogan.
He does have the size for it.
So tune in for this great interview, and tune in next episode for a discussion of one of our favorite shows, Konosuba.
You ever smelled a man's penis?
oh yeah.
Alright, wait. Hold on a second. Stop the ending theme song. Alright, I gotta say something. For the record, it is 5:03 on August 24th, 2017. 2 weeks since the last episode, where on air I asked Hunter to send me the audio file for the supposed interview that he conducted at MetroCon. I reminded him about it probably 5 or 6 times since then, and still, to this day, this is 4, maybe 5 hours before we start to get ready to record tonight's episode 20. I still do not have the audio file that I was promised, that I was foretold would be in this episode. So this part of the podcast is to shame Hunter for being a piece of shit. And I want everyone to know it, because he promised something he didn't deliver. And that's shame. That's what that is. He should feel bad about himself. We were all worked up. I hyped it up in the podcast episode itself, and I never got it. Maybe he'll send it to me, and I'll put it in the next episode. Maybe I won't, because I'm a petty person. Who knows? The universe is chaotic and always in a quantum state. Anyways, that's it for me.
You ever smelled a man's penis?
Oh yeah.
I don't think that was the answer I was expecting.
Anime was a mistake.